coach here on TikTok. I'm going to tag him. And we were talking about, how so many married women are cheating on their husbands. I see it a lot. He sees it a lot. And we were wondering, or I was wondering, what do you think, why do you think this is happening? His response was so on point, and this is something that I've done several videos on. So he was saying that there's a lot of women who marry men, and the woman wants to run the show. She wants to be the boss. She bosses him around. She wants everything her way. She starts emasculating him.
Welcome to the RP Experience. Today's topic is going to be about the 50-50 relationship. Now, I was in one of those one time, and on the surface, it seems like a good idea. I mean, okay. I was raised by a single mom. I did have some male influence in my life, but it wasn't a lot. So, all that nice guy stuff that I learned from my mom, which turned most women off, unless if they was like older or they was like way more mature, or either if they had a lot of bad experiences with the thugs, Chaz, and Tyrone's type of guys. And but that usually doesn't happen when they are like in their early 20s. Anyway, I have a video for you today, and while she's talking about women cheating on men in marriage and those men being emasculated, I think this comes from the 50-50 relationship dynamic, which I understand as a woman, you want to be respected in the relationship. You want to feel like you matter. You want to feel like you're just not another pretty face. Some men like myself do get that. The mistake I made is, or either something that has to be tweaked is, I want her to feel like we were equals, And as human beings, I believe everybody's equal. But I guess now I have to look at relationships as like a basketball team, like a sports team. Like, it has to be a leader. It has to be a person that's mostly calling the shots. It can be a number two person, but if you have too many chefs in the kitchen, it seems like it gets chaotic. And so, yeah, we're going to delve into that right now. Men are going to understand what I'm saying, which this is something they don't normally talk about, or maybe they never even thought about. And the same for women. But as I say with my content, because I know a lot of women, and I don't hate y'all. Y'all are greatest friends. In relationships, from my experience, is both the man and the woman has like a lot of work to do with trying to find that balance in between each other or something. Because it seems like either the woman will take full advantage or the man will take full advantage if you let them. However, it seems in most cases, if the man takes full advantage it seems like it works out better for the woman, even if the relationship doesn't work. Well, as long as they get married or they have kids.
With a man, Rudy, he is a dating coach here on TikTok. I'm going to tag him. And we were talking about, how so many married women are cheating on their husbands. I see it a lot. He sees it a lot. And we were wondering, or I was wondering, what do you think, why do you think this is happening? His response was so on point, and this is something that I've done several videos on. So he was saying that there's a lot of women who marry men, and the woman wants to run the show. She wants to be the boss. She bosses him around. She wants everything her way. She starts emasculating him. I've heard so many stories of men who meet great women, but they end up leaving because they feel so emasculated all the time by a woman. Eventually, if you're emasculating a man too much, you don't respect his opinion, you don't respect his authority or like his leadership, he's going to stop being a leader in the relationship, and he's just going to let the woman take the drive. Now, a lot of women would say, well, this is exactly what I want, but what ends up happening is the woman stops respecting the man. And then she goes out and cheats on the man, and she tells, men that she cheats on him with that she just wants to be dominated in the bedroom. She wants a man that's a real man. I see that all the time in my comment section, women being like, well, where are the real men out there? I had a man that I had to baby, or a man that I had to pick up after. And a lot of times the reason why this dynamic happens is because the woman unconsciously emasculates him and doesn't make him feel like a man. She doesn't respect his opinions or his leadership, and she wants to take control. So he ends up just kind of taking a back seat because he's tired of getting, yelled at or fussed at. So he's like, okay, you take the lead in everything then. And then she has to be the leader because she's forced herself into that position. He gives up, and then she stops respecting him, and then their sex life pretty much caves. I got slammed by a lot of women for saying that we should allow our husbands to lead, and the women being like, oh, this is so, patriarchal, or this is so misogynistic that you should let a man lead. Why can't a woman lead? Well, if a woman is leading the home, again, she's going to stop respecting the man. She's going to feel like all of the responsibility and weight is on her shoulders. Now, I did a video for advice on queen archetypes saying that it's okay to be a leader in your public life. It's okay to be a leader in your career. But when you come home, and if you want a traditional kind of family, and if you want a traditional man or like a masculine man, you have to respect him as the leader in your family. Because if you take too much of the masculine role, he's going to sit back in the feminine role, and then you're going to stop respecting him, and you're going to stop feeling a sexual drive and pull towards him. And he's not going to feel sexually drawn to you either because you're acting like a man.
So I believe this is an unspoken thing in relationships. On my last video where I was talking about women that get like inflated egos from no, not that one. The last one I was talking about was, do high value men cheat? And I don't think all high value men cheat, but however, I do think the temptation is definitely there because of the amount of attention and the amount of power that you feel. But to get into the marriage aspect on this that we're talking about, women want to be pleased in the bedroom, especially in their early 20s, 30s, probably 40s too, but they want to be pleased there. They want to feel protected, and they want to a man to be financially stable, secure, and that's doubly sure if she's on point and she's making money. But see, this is the thing where I tried to tell a friend of mine that a female friend of mine that's married, that from a post she put up, that it's fine for women to have power and to be powerful, but unless if you can find a way to just leave that in the world, and when you come back to a relationship or home, that you can be more cooperative to him not trying to supersede him in the relationship, then is not going to work. Because I believe anytime the woman becomes or feels that she's too dominant in the relationship, and I have to admit that's a struggle for me because I have more of a submissive personality type. I more go with the flow with stuff, and I had to learn to be more outspoken, more direct, more stronger in that kind of way from some of the relationship experiences. And I learned I had to be more selfish and be more about myself, which that's not usually my makeup, but it seems like with dealing with most females, that's how you have to be. Because if you're bending over too much or giving in too much, she'll like it at first, but then she'll get bored and she'll look for a challenge elsewhere. But I wonder if I should put another video to this? No. Okay, no, I'm just going to keep on this conversation right here. So I had a 50-50 relationship with a woman that I had married, and the thing was, I had no issue with like covering most of the bills and stuff like that. However, just in case I hit I went through like a struggle situation or so, I needed her either to stop spending as much or either to help me out in what maybe I was struggling in. And I'm going to put that more on me because I'm excellent with budgeting money, but in a relationship sometimes I tend to spend a little bit too much to try to make the girl happy by like eating out, going out and stuff like that. And over a period of time, spending a little bit over what I'm used to spending will catch up with me, because at the same time I have bills, and then of course though, if you're in a relationship with a woman, something always comes up, whether it's a bill on her end, your end, or some emergency or something. So, and it worked out at first. I mean, I have to admit, she was like ride or die. That's one thing I loved about her. But eventually she turned on me. Now, I believe is a number of things with this. I believe, which a lot of females make this mistake. And I'm going to do a separate video on this about having other people in the relationship talking, their influence in the relationship, and that that can kill a relationship. It just can. Like, a guy will take it, like I know I took it, but I think looking at the relationships that I saw, that looked like the woman was happy, it looked like the men was like under their hill, just doing whatever they wanted. The ones that women complained about, but of course it seemed like they're crying and bending over backwards for the guy, is when the guy is kind of treating them like trashy to like a degree. And not to say she treated me bad, it's just that I felt like, especially stepping back and looking at the whole situation, she did a lot of things that I would deem disrespectful. And even though I'm not sure if she actually ever cheated on me, I know she micro cheated, and of course she told guys about our business, and of course they would fill her head up and tell her stuff, and then she would turn around and tell me stuff in our arguments, and it would just get like nasty, not good. So, my advice to men in this situation is, you have to be the stronger one. If she wants to leave, because you're not being a dog, a trained dog to her or something, then just let her go. I know that might be hard, especially if you don't have a lot of women, but like women that you can kind of, that's an option for you. But that's why I suggest men, as a lot of content creators have said in the manosphere or just in general, like, get on your purpose, get healthy, get in the gym, get your money and stuff up, and when you meet that girl, don't let her just come in and start bossing you around, and she's not going to do that at first, because I know in my case, a lot of things that she didn't do right away. It was gradually over time after I felt more invested, and then it wasn't so easy just to walk away. And I think that's probably still the best time. Now, of course, though, if you have kids or stuff like that, you have to think really strong about that. But however, we didn't have kids real quick, so I had plenty of time to make a decision to think that this wouldn't work. But eventually I guess I grew attached to her, and then I just went to try to work it out, and in the end that was for nothing. So I would never do that again. Never do that again. So women, be better to your men. Men, be better to your women. And women do cheat. I would say women cheat. They are just better at it. Better at getting away with it. Men are sloppy and stuff like that. And to be honest, like I know when she was disrespecting me and doing certain things, I would do sneaky stuff. Like whether it would be I would just friend the girl online or something like that. I mean, I wouldn't try to hook up with her or set anything up. But however, though, I guess I knew that would bother her, but at the time I didn't care, because I was like, hey, you got guy friends, and I don't like that situation, so I'm going to do me. But of course, though, once you would find out and taking like spaz out at me or something, then I would just take and fold. So, but that was on me. So anyway, that's it. 50-50 relationships don't work. I mean, yes, respect the woman, respect the man, but he has to be more in charge, because he's the one that whenever stuff goes wrong, like rent can't get paid and stuff like that, as women, you can always go back and be like, hey, that's not on me. He's the man. He's supposed to be doing this and blah, blah, blah. So because I'm under that scrutiny, I have to be the one in charge, or either she has to go. So that's it. Okay, guys. I'll see you later. Out.